The Sun enters Virgo on September 16, 2024, accompanied by Ketu and Mercury, setting the stage for a period of introspection, transformation, and challenges. This alignment offers a unique opportunity to reassess the way we think, communicate, and manage our lives. Before we explore the details, it's important to note that these insights are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. Virgo, ruled by Mercury, is the sign associated with precision, service, critical thinking, and health. When the Sun, the planet of vitality, authority, and ego, transits through Virgo, it takes on a more methodical and analytical energy. Virgo's influence encourages a focus on details, organization, and self-discipline. The Sun in Virgo pushes individuals to clean up their lives, improve their daily routines, and pay attention to aspects of life that may have been overlooked. This is a time to refine skills, perfect strategies, and eliminate inefficiencies in work, relationships, and personal habits. However, Virgo's critical nature can also lead to overanalysis and self-criticism. The need for perfection may create a sense of dissatisfaction, especially if things don't meet one's expectations. During this transit, many will feel compelled to fix what's broken in their lives, whether that's in their professional life, health, or relationships. The Sun in Virgo reminds us that true progress comes through consistent effort, practical solutions, and a focus on the details that make life function smoothly. Adding to the complexity of this transit is the presence of Ketu, the south node of the moon, in Virgo. Ketu represents detachment, spirituality, past karma, and the dissolution of ego. When Ketu conjoins the Sun, it brings a sense of detachment from material concerns and an increased focus on spiritual matters. The Sun-Ketu conjunction often creates a disconnect from ego, making individuals feel less driven by external validation and more focused on internal growth. For many, this can be a challenging time as Ketu's influence can make it difficult to pursue ambitions with the same vigor. Instead, there is a pull towards self-reflection and a desire to let go of outdated methods of achieving success. Old strategies, ego-driven pursuits, and rigid ways of thinking may no longer yield the desired results. Ketu's influence prompts individuals to look inward for solutions, leading to introspection, meditation, and a reconsideration of life's deeper purpose. One of the primary lessons of this transit is to detach from the ego and let go of expectations that are no longer serving growth. Ketu encourages humility, urging individuals to focus on personal transformation rather than material success. This can be unsettling, as many may experience a crisis of confidence, questioning their abilities and the direction of their lives. However, the ultimate goal of Ketu's influence is to facilitate spiritual evolution by breaking down the ego and encouraging a deeper connection to one's soul purpose. As Mercury, the ruler of Virgo, joins the Sun and Ketu during this transit, it adds an intellectual and communicative layer to the energy. Mercury represents intelligence, communication, business, and judgment, and its presence in Virgo typically enhances practicality, logic, and problem-solving skills. However, during this transit, Mercury's alignment with Ketu can create challenges in these areas. Many may experience difficulty in expressing themselves or communicating clearly, leading to misunderstandings, especially in business or personal relationships. There could be a sense of disjointed thoughts, making it hard to articulate ideas or strategies effectively. In professional settings, especially in areas like money management, accountancy, and business planning, this transit may bring delays or frustrations as people struggle to find the right solutions. However, despite the communication challenges, this alignment can also inspire novelty and innovation. As the old methods of achieving success falter, there will be a desire to explore new approaches, experiment with different ways of conducting business, or manage daily routines. This is a time when creative problem-solving will be essential, and those who are open to adapting and experimenting will find the most success. For those in fields related to research, academia, or any complex problem-solving, this transit offers a unique opportunity. The combined influence of Mercury, Sun, and Ketu can lead to breakthroughs in understanding, provided there is a willingness to let go of preconceived notions and embrace new ways of thinking. On a personal level, this transit may bring a sense of emotional detachment, particularly in relationships with fathers, siblings, or close family members. As the Sun and Mercury govern communication and authority, their conjunction with Ketu can lead to reduced communication, feelings of isolation, or even silence between loved ones. The emotional distance during this transit serves a deeper purpose, encouraging healing and introspection. It is a time to evaluate relationships not based on surface-level interactions but on the soul connections that bind us to others. Ketu's detachment allows individuals to examine relationships from a more spiritual perspective, understanding the karma and lessons involved. The conjunction of the Sun with Ketu in Virgo, along with the upcoming partial lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 18th, signals a period of introspection and potential revelations. Eclipses often bring hidden matters to light and mark turning points. This eclipse may illuminate areas of imbalance in your life, especially between your practical responsibilities and your spiritual or emotional needs. We'll cover the eclipses in more detail in another video. Overall, the Sun's transit through Virgo, with Ketu and Mercury in alignment, marks a period of profound introspection, detachment, and strategic realignment. While this transit may bring challenges in areas of communication, professional progress, and relationships, it also offers a unique opportunity for growth. The key to navigating this transit successfully is to embrace humility, let go of ego-driven desires, and focus on internal transformation. If you have any natal planets in Virgo in your birth chart, it also affects this transit. If the natal planet is friendly towards the Sun, you can expect general good results. Otherwise, you may face some challenges. Since the Sun represents our vitality, these matters also affect health. The Sun is often regarded as the symbolic representation of our soul. Wherever the Sun goes in transit for 1 month, our soul and our focus go into things related to that house. A person will feel gravitated, motivated, or even forced to take up things related to the house where the Sun is moving. To accurately assess the impact of these transits, it is crucial to consider your ascendant and moon signs. The ascendant sign offers insights into the timing of life events, while the moon sign reveals how you will emotionally respond to these changes. Take into account the position of your current Mahadasha Lord in your birth chart, as it can shed light on how these transits will influence the recurring themes of your current dasha period. This transit may manifest differently for each individual, and how they navigate this transit will depend on their personal charts. A more precise understanding of the impact of this transit can be gained by examining the Sun's Ashtaka score in Virgo. Keep in mind that the effects of this transit are contingent on Sun's interaction with the planets in individual birth charts. It's also worth noting that individuals currently experiencing the influence of Sun dasha periods may feel the effects of this transit more intensely. To understand how this transit may affect you based on your zodiac sign and the houses it transits, let's delve into those specifics. Aries individuals will experience significant changes in their 6th house, which governs health, work, daily routines, debts, and competitors during the Sun's transit through Virgo. Since the Sun rules the 5th house of creativity, intelligence, children, and romance, this transit will activate energies of self-expression and challenge, emphasizing a need to overcome obstacles and focus on improving various aspects of life. As Mercury joins the Sun in Virgo on September 23rd, and with Ketu already present in Virgo, Aries individuals will face a dynamic, potentially transformative period. Aries individuals are likely to see professional gains during this period, as the Sun's presence in the 6th house empowers them to address work-related challenges with renewed authority and determination. Aries individuals in managerial or leadership roles may find themselves taking on more responsibilities, and those looking for a job or promotion could experience favorable outcomes. However, caution is advised against rivals in the workplace. Hidden enemies or competitors may become more active. The presence of Ketu in the 6th house indicates that you may not be aware of all your competitors, but your ability to remain composed and strategic will help you outsmart them and even gain unexpected recognition. There is a strong possibility of rivals being neutralized, either through your own efforts or because they may overestimate themselves and falter. Interestingly, you might be recognized for your work just when your competitors were expecting to shine. This period may feel overwhelming at first, as you might think that your efforts aren't being rewarded. However, as time passes, you'll notice many of these struggles start to resolve on their own, reflecting Ketu's influence, which often brings unexpected, unconventional solutions. On the personal front, the Sun's energy can create friction, particularly in romantic relationships. Since the 5th house governs love and creativity, the Sun's transit into the 6th house may lead to ego clashes with your partner. You may find yourself caught up in small disputes or power struggles, and your tendency to assert authority could cause misunderstandings. Maintaining harmony in relationships requires patience and humility, as the fiery energy of the Sun combined with Ketu's detachment could lead to emotional distancing or feelings of isolation. This period is not favorable for major romantic milestones. The Sun and Ketu's influence may create feelings of detachment or dissatisfaction with the relationship dynamic. Married Aries individuals should be aware that their spouse's health may decline, leading to emotional or physical separation due to illness or other obligations. Traveling for work could further create distance between partners, potentially straining the relationship. In terms of health, Aries individuals will experience enhanced vitality and strength, especially if they take proactive steps to maintain physical well-being. The Sun in the 6th house supports overcoming health-related issues, particularly those related to digestion, the stomach, and general vitality. However, eye-related issues may surface due to Ketu's influence, so it's essential to stay vigilant about any discomfort or irritation. To maintain energy levels, it's crucial to follow a balanced diet and avoid spicy or unhealthy foods, as digestive problems could arise. With Ketu's presence, you might feel your energy depleting or becoming erratic, leading to frustration. If you find yourself overwhelmed, self-care and inward reflection will help you navigate these challenges. Ketu, co-ruling the 8th house, encourages you to explore alternative healing methods and adopt unconventional approaches to wellness, such as meditation or energy work. For Aries individuals involved in legal disputes or government-related matters, this period could bring favorable outcomes. The Sun in the 6th house often signifies victory in competitive environments, so if you've been dealing with legal cases, you may find that rulings turn in your favor. This is also an opportune time to recover any lost or loaned money, and there may be returns on past investments or financial schemes. However, while the transit brings the possibility of clearing debts, it is not an ideal time to take on new loans. Although the desire to expand your business or fulfill financial dreams might be strong, Aries individuals are advised to be cautious about accumulating debt during this period. If you must invest in new ventures, ensure that you've thoroughly analyzed the risks. Entrepreneurs may find this an excellent time to expand business prospects. Those seeking loans for business growth will likely succeed, but it's important to weigh the long-term implications before proceeding. The Sun's presence in the 6th house will push you to focus on efficient management of your business, and this is a period where your competitive spirit will drive you towards success. However, Aries individuals involved in partnerships must be careful. Disagreements with business partners or legal issues related to the business may surface, requiring careful handling. Ketu's influence suggests that some disputes may have roots in misunderstandings or differing opinions, so it's important to communicate clearly and resolve matters diplomatically. Students under the sign of Aries will see improved focus and dedication during this transit, especially those preparing for competitive exams or interviews. The Sun's influence on the 6th house sharpens the mind for logical problem-solving, making this a favorable time for government job aspirants or those targeting prestigious positions in large corporations. It's important to maintain consistency and avoid distractions to achieve the best outcomes during this period. Overall, the Sun's transit in Virgo will be a time of professional growth, renewed health, and increased confidence for Aries individuals, though not without its challenges. This period calls for patience, humility, and strategic thinking, especially in personal relationships and business partnerships. While some areas of life may feel like an uphill battle, particularly with Ketu's influence, the rewards for persistence and self-reflection will be transformative, leading to unexpected gains and long-term success. Taurus individuals will experience a dynamic shift in the themes of education, creativity, children, and romance, as the Sun illuminates their 5th house. This period will bring both challenges and opportunities, particularly in the areas of personal relationships, professional endeavors, and the creative arts. As Mercury joins the Sun in Virgo on September 23rd, and Ketu remains present in the 5th house, Taurus individuals will need to embrace a period of introspection, transformation, and careful attention to both their children's health and their own emotional well-being. The Sun, ruling Taurus' 4th house of home and emotions, will transit the 5th house, bringing a focus on education, creativity, children, and speculative activities. Professionally, there will be opportunities to grow and enhance income, particularly for those involved in creative fields, education, or speculative ventures like the stock market. However, with Ketu's presence, there is a sense of disruption in how these professional gains are achieved. Your usual methods of working, particularly in creative professions, might feel blocked or disrupted. For those working in media, entertainment, or artistic fields, there could be moments of feeling stuck, uninspired, or frustrated as Ketu strips away your reliance on conventional methods, pushing you to innovate and dig deeper. While there may be gains from ventures and investments, caution is advised. Any negligence or impulsive decisions regarding investments can lead to financial loss. This is a period where thorough analysis and careful planning are necessary, especially with speculative investments like stocks or business expansion. On the work front, changes in location or responsibilities may arise, particularly for those working with government or administrative bodies. These changes could be progressive, offering new opportunities, but it's crucial to maintain good relations with seniors and superiors to ensure smooth transitions. This transit requires patience, diplomacy, and adaptability in handling professional matters, particularly in the workplace hierarchy. One of the more challenging aspects of this transit for Taurus involves personal relationships, particularly with partners and family members. The Sun in the 5th house can create ego clashes, especially in romantic relationships. You may find yourself becoming temperamental, emotional, and easily annoyed by small things, which could strain your relationship with your partner. Miscommunications and misunderstandings are likely to arise, as expressing your true feelings might be difficult during this time. Ketu's influence intensifies these emotional challenges, pushing you to detach from traditional methods of communication and guidance. Instead of forcing your opinions or attempting to control situations, it's crucial to practice tact, diplomacy, and open-mindedness. Otherwise, arguments and disagreements could escalate, leading to long-lasting damage to your relationship. For those with children, Ketu's presence in the 5th house could manifest as emotional or physical distance from your children, perhaps due to their educational pursuits or relocation. Parent-child relationships may become strained, especially if traditional methods of teaching and guidance no longer seem to work. Instead, Ketu is encouraging you to lead by example rather than instruction, allowing your children to learn through observation rather than direct commands. Creativity is often associated with the 5th house, and with the Sun, Mercury, and Ketu all converging in Virgo, Taurus individuals in creative professions may feel intense pressure and emotional stress. Writer's block or a lack of inspiration could become major challenges, especially for those in artistic, literary, or entertainment industries. Ketu's influence here strips away your usual flow of creativity, forcing you to revisit the basics of human experience and emotion. This is a time to reconnect with the fundamentals of creativity. Instead of flashy, overcomplicated ideas, focus on universal emotions and experiences. Ketu encourages you to reflect on past life karmas, particularly those related to family and tradition, and incorporate these themes into your creative work. While this might feel restrictive at first, it can lead to profound breakthroughs in your artistic endeavors. Health, both for yourself and your children, will be an important focus during this period. The Sun's presence in the 5th house with Ketu could indicate health challenges, particularly for your children. Accidents or sudden health issues may arise, and it is essential to ensure their safety, especially when driving or engaging in physical activities. For Taurus individuals, there may be a tendency towards digestive issues or stomach problems, particularly if stress levels are high. For Taurus students, this is a favorable period for academic achievements. The Sun's transit in the 5th house enhances focus, ambition, and determination, making this a great time for competitive exams and interviews. If you've been preparing for government jobs or striving for a promotion, this transit can bring significant success. However, it's important to remain calm and focused, as Ketu's presence may cause distractions or stress. Financially, the Sun's aspect on the 11th house of income and social networks brings opportunities to connect with influential people and expand your social circle. This period can also bring financial gains from government or administrative work, as well as networking opportunities that may benefit you in the future. However, it's essential to avoid borrowing money during this time, as loans could lead to financial strain in the long run. Overall, the Sun's transit in Virgo will be a transformative period for Taurus individuals, particularly in the areas of relationships, creativity, and children. While challenges may arise, particularly in personal and professional interactions, the transit offers opportunities for growth, introspection, and creative breakthroughs. By practicing patience, open-mindedness, and self-care, Taurus individuals can navigate this transit with grace, achieving both personal and professional success while overcoming any emotional or creative blockages. For Gemini individuals, the Sun's transit into Virgo will have a significant impact as it moves through their 4th house, which governs home, family, emotions, and property. The Sun rules Gemini's 3rd house of communication, siblings, and short travels, and its transit through the 4th house will emphasize issues related to family dynamics, real estate, and personal emotions. With Ketu already present in the 4th house and Mercury joining the Sun on September 23rd, this period will stir up both challenges and opportunities, particularly in how Gemini individuals handle family relationships, responsibilities at work, and personal well-being. As the Sun transits through Gemini's 4th house, home and family matters will take center stage. You may feel a strong urge to assert control or guide family decisions, which can be beneficial if handled with care. However, there is a potential downside if you become too domineering or egoistic in your approach. Tensions may arise in family interactions, particularly with your mother or other maternal figures. The health of an elderly family member, especially if they suffer from issues related to blood pressure, heart conditions, or cholesterol, may require your attention. These health concerns could cause you mental strain and worry, particularly if your family dynamics are already under stress. During this time, it's crucial to prioritize family well-being and offer support without imposing too much control or criticism. The presence of Ketu in the 4th house can create a sense of emotional detachment. You may feel as though the affection and love you are giving to your family are not being reciprocated. This feeling of being overlooked or undervalued can lead to emotional frustration, causing a further strain on your relationships. However, Ketu's influence is also a lesson in letting go of expectations. By learning to give selflessly and without seeking validation, you can cultivate a sense of inner peace and emotional maturity, which will benefit you long after this transit is over. While the Sun's transit will bring challenges on the home front, it also offers positive developments in your professional life. The Sun's direct aspect on your 10th house of career and social status from the 4th house will enhance your professional reputation. Those working in government sectors or public administration may see favorable outcomes, such as promotions or increments. If you've been searching for a job, this transit could bring good news, with potential opportunities that elevate your standing in the professional sphere. However, with these advancements come added responsibilities. Workload is likely to increase, and you may feel the pressure to meet multiple deadlines or handle critical tasks that demand your attention. This could lead to mental strain and stress, especially if you are also dealing with tensions at home. It's essential to manage your time effectively and avoid taking on more than you can handle. Practicing yoga, meditation, and maintaining a proper sleep routine will help you stay grounded and avoid burnout. For those involved in real estate, property investment, or businesses related to land, this transit can be particularly auspicious. There may be opportunities to profit from property deals or make significant investments that will pay off in the future. However, it's important to remain cautious, particularly if you are involved in legal disputes or contractual issues related to property. Ketu's influence can bring unexpected changes, so it's wise to double-check all agreements and seek legal advice before making major decisions. Emotionally, this period may be challenging for Gemini individuals, as the Sun's presence in the 4th house highlights inner emotions and familial bonds. You may feel a sense of disregard from your loved ones, particularly from siblings or close family members, which could lead to feelings of isolation or detachment. The 4th house also governs your inner emotional world, and with Ketu's influence, you may feel less connected to your family emotionally. This transit may make it difficult for you to express your feelings or expect emotional support from others, leading to frustration. This detachment, however, isn't entirely negative. It serves as an opportunity for emotional growth and independence. The challenges you face in family matters may push you to become more self-reliant and bold, especially as Mars in your 1st house and Saturn retrograding in your 9th house remind you of your personal responsibilities. Saturn's lessons during this period are about learning to fulfill your duties without expecting external validation or recognition. The 4th house also deals with property, land, and home environments, and the Sun's transit in this house may trigger changes in your living situation. Some Gemini individuals may find themselves relocating due to work, personal reasons, or even issues related to their current residence. This could be a temporary or permanent move, driven by factors such as dissatisfaction with your current home or the need for better living conditions. For those dealing with legal disputes or contractual issues regarding property, this transit may bring resolutions, though it may also force you to part with property unexpectedly. The conjunction of the Sun with Ketu and Mercury in the 4th house also indicates that students may face disruptions in their education. These disruptions are likely to be temporary, but they may cause frustration and require additional effort to overcome. Health-wise, this period may be challenging for some Gemini individuals. The Sun's transit through the 4th house, alongside Ketu, can create mental stress, leading to physical symptoms such as headaches, high blood pressure, or digestive issues. You may feel more irritable or emotionally volatile, which could further aggravate your physical health. It's essential to focus on self-care, particularly through practices that promote mental clarity and emotional stability. Overall, the Sun's transit through Virgo will bring a period of emotional growth, professional success, and family-related challenges for Gemini individuals. While the transit may stir up tensions in domestic life and create emotional detachment, it also offers opportunities to strengthen your professional standing and invest in property ventures. By maintaining emotional balance, focusing on self-care, and managing responsibilities carefully, Gemini individuals can emerge from this transit with greater resilience and a deeper understanding of their emotional needs and professional goals. For Cancer individuals, the Sun's transit in Virgo will bring significant changes as the Sun moves through their third house, which governs communication, courage, siblings, neighbors, and short journeys. With the Sun ruling Cancer's second house of wealth, family, and speech, this transit emphasizes authoritative communication, a heightened focus on relationships with siblings, and increased professional responsibilities. Ketu's presence in the third house, along with Mercury joining the Sun on September 23rd, will stir up challenges, particularly in communication, decision-making, and maintaining emotional balance. As the Sun transits Cancer's third house, it brings a boost in confidence and courage, particularly in communication. This is a period where you may feel more assertive and authoritative in your speech, which can be beneficial in both personal and professional settings. You may take on roles that require counseling, teaching, or sharing knowledge, as this transit enhances your ability to lead conversations and influence others. Your relationships with siblings and neighbors may also come to the forefront, requiring your attention and patience. However, the presence of Ketu in the third house indicates that while you may feel a surge of confidence, there could be misjudgments or a tendency to overanalyze situations. Ketu often brings a sense of detachment, which could make you feel emotionally distant from siblings or neighbors, leading to misunderstandings. There is also a potential for miscommunication, as the energy of Virgo, combined with Ketu's influence, may make you overly critical or argumentative. You might find yourself engaged in quarrels or harsh exchanges with others, which could bruise your ego and create tension in your relationships. The Sun's transit through the third house is favorable for professional growth, especially for those in roles involving communication, media, journalism, or sales. Your efforts at work will be noticed by higher authorities, and there is potential for promotions or salary raises. Those in investment planning, stock brokerage, or management will find this period particularly beneficial, as the Sun's energy enhances your ability to make sound financial decisions and manage risks effectively. You may meet influential individuals who can inspire and support your career growth. These connections could provide you with new opportunities, helping you advance in your profession. However, it's important to remain humble and cautious in your approach, as overconfidence could lead to taking unnecessary risks or challenging authority figures, which may backfire. If you are involved in a business partnership, this period could bring financial gains and new business proposals. However, with Ketu's influence in the third house, there may be unforeseen obstacles or challenges that require careful planning and patience. It's crucial to remain grounded and focused, as impulsive decisions could lead to setbacks. This transit highlights your relationship with your siblings, particularly younger ones. While the Sun's energy brings a sense of authority and leadership, Ketu's presence can create emotional detachment and misunderstandings. You may feel as though your efforts to connect with your siblings are not being reciprocated, leading to frustration. It's important to practice patience and avoid letting your ego dominate these interactions, as this could exacerbate tensions. There may also be a tendency to overanalyze your relationships, leading to unnecessary conflicts. Communication issues are likely to arise, with disjointed thoughts and inconsistent reasoning making it difficult to express yourself clearly. This could cause miscommunication not only with siblings but also with colleagues, friends, and neighbors. On the personal front, this transit is generally positive for relationships. You will enjoy a good understanding with your loved ones, and your positive approach will help you win the hearts of your family members, particularly your siblings. Spending quality time with your family and engaging in healthy communication will strengthen these bonds, earning you their love and support in your endeavors. However, it's important to avoid any form of egoistic behavior, as this could lead to conflicts. The Sun's authoritative energy, combined with Ketu's detachment, may make you more prone to argumentative or critical behavior, which could strain your relationships. Practicing yoga, meditation, and self-reflection will help you manage your emotions and maintain harmony in your personal life. For married couples, this period may bring challenges, particularly if you are trying to conceive. If you already have children, there may be communication issues between them and their peers, leading to stress and worry. It's important to offer guidance and support without becoming overly critical or controlling. Financially, this transit is favorable for Cancer individuals. The Sun's influence on the third house enhances your ability to make sound financial decisions, leading to monetary gains and financial stability. Professional travel may also bring additional progress and opportunities for financial growth. If you are involved in business, this is a good time to expand your ventures and explore new partnerships. Short trips with friends or family may also be on the horizon, bringing positive outcomes and a chance to reconnect with loved ones. These trips will provide a welcome break from the challenges of daily life, offering mental peace and relaxation. Health-wise, this transit calls for caution, particularly regarding your mental and emotional well-being. The combination of the Sun and Ketu in the third house can create mental stress, particularly due to communication issues or conflicts with siblings. You may also experience digestive issues, so it's important to maintain a healthy diet and avoid overindulgence. Practicing yoga, meditation, and deep breathing exercises will help you manage stress and maintain emotional balance during this period. It's also crucial to get enough rest and maintain a regular sleep routine to avoid feeling drained or lethargic. Overall, the Sun's transit through Virgo brings a period of professional growth, enhanced communication, and financial stability for Cancer individuals. However, challenges in sibling relationships and communication will require careful attention and self-control. By practicing patience, detachment, and self-reflection, you can navigate this transit successfully, emerging with stronger personal relationships and greater professional success. Leo individuals will experience a strong focus on family, wealth, communication, and self-expression as the Sun moves through their second house. The Sun, which rules Leo's first house of identity and self, will bring attention to financial matters, relationships with family members, and how you communicate within your personal and professional spheres. As Ketu and Mercury join the Sun in Virgo, this transit brings both opportunities and challenges, particularly in how you handle wealth, manage family dynamics, and express yourself. The second house governs accumulated wealth, family assets, and financial stability, and the Sun's transit here brings a favorable time for finances. Leo individuals may find themselves in a position to increase their earnings through investment opportunities, stock market gains, or speculative ventures. However, caution is advised, especially if you're involved in business or financial transactions. The presence of Ketu in the second house may bring unforeseen obstacles or a sense of restlessness, making it difficult to hold onto or grow your wealth as easily as expected. For those involved in banking, finance, or investment, it's crucial to exercise diligence and caution during this period. Be thorough in assessing financial positions, and don't make hasty decisions without doing proper background checks on clients or business partners. While you might still earn through contacts and professional networks, it's important to be mindful of hidden risks or challenges that could arise. The key to navigating this transit is self-reflection. Not everything that seems beneficial on the surface will bring long-term rewards, so avoid taking things at face value and delve deeper into the details before making any financial commitments. Professionally, this transit brings a progressive trend for Leo individuals, particularly in terms of financial consistency and recognition. You may receive support from colleagues and superiors due to your dedication and good nature, which will benefit your work environment. However, it's important to avoid egoistic behavior, as the Sun in the second house, combined with Ketu's influence, could lead to misunderstandings or clashes in communication, particularly if you come across as overly authoritative or harsh in your interactions. The Sun's presence in Virgo enhances your courage and determination to tackle challenges at work, but self-control and communication is key. Avoid being overly dominant in discussions, as this could lead to conflicts with colleagues or partners, especially in business partnerships. Clear and transparent communication is essential, as any misunderstandings or lack of clarity could harm your professional relationships during this period. For those considering professional investments or speculations, this is a favorable time to strategize carefully. You may see financial gains from well-planned ventures, but be mindful of the risks involved, particularly if Ketu's influence causes disruptions in your usual methods of communication or decision-making. The second house also governs family relationships and communication, and the Sun's transit here can bring tensions in family interactions, particularly with your father or other authority figures within the family. Ketu's presence in the second house can make you feel disconnected or misunderstood by family members, leading to arguments or conflicts. There's a strong tendency to become argumentative or overly authoritative in communication, which could lead to ego clashes or a sense of detachment within the family. It's essential to control your speech during this transit, as your words may come across as harsh or domineering, even if that's not your intention. Be mindful of how you communicate, particularly in sensitive family matters, and avoid imposing your opinions on others. The more measured and thoughtful your communication, the better your relationships will be. This is a period where self-reflection and ego management are critical to maintaining harmony within the family. Ketu's influence can also create a sense of emotional detachment, making it difficult to express your feelings openly. While you may feel compelled to assert authority in family discussions, it's important to listen to others and respect their perspectives, especially to avoid escalating conflicts. This period may also bring restlessness or dissatisfaction in family relationships, but with patience and open communication, you can resolve these issues. Health-wise, the Sun's transit through the second house may bring minor health issues, particularly related to the eyes, teeth, or digestive system. You may feel more stressed or irritable due to the tensions in family life or professional responsibilities, which could manifest in physical discomfort. It's important to maintain good hygiene, particularly around the mouth and teeth, and avoid straining your eyes by spending too much time on devices like mobile phones or computers. This period calls for mental and emotional balance. Practicing yoga, meditation, and regular exercise will help you manage stress and maintain physical fitness. Avoid junk food and excessive spicy or oily meals, as they could aggravate digestive issues or cause stomach problems. In terms of personal relationships, this transit brings challenges that require careful handling. You may experience conflicts with your partner or spouse, particularly if communication becomes too domineering or if there's a lack of cooperation on important matters. Ego clashes are likely, especially in discussions about finances or family responsibilities. It's important to avoid unnecessary arguments and focus on clear, respectful communication to prevent misunderstandings from escalating into bigger issues. This transit also brings restlessness in social circles. You may find yourself in disputes with friends or colleagues, particularly if your authoritative communication style is perceived as irksome or domineering. Being mindful of your tone and practicing diplomacy in your interactions will help smooth over any potential conflicts. Overall, the Sun's transit through Virgo will be a period of financial growth, professional progress, and challenges in family dynamics for Leo individuals. While you may experience increased wealth and recognition at work, it's important to exercise caution in communication, particularly in personal and family relationships. Ego clashes and misunderstandings may arise, but by practicing self-reflection, measured speech, and maintaining emotional balance, Leo individuals can navigate this transit successfully. Taking care of your health and focusing on self-discipline in communication will help you maintain harmony and progress in both your personal and professional life. For Virgo individuals, the Sun's transit in Virgo will have a profound impact as it moves through their first house, which governs personality, identity, and self-expression. As the Sun rules Virgo's 12th house of losses, spirituality, and foreign matters, this transit highlights a period of self-reflection, health concerns, and focus on personal development. While it may bring opportunities for professional growth and recognition, it also comes with challenges in personal relationships, ego management, and physical health. With Ketu already transiting the first house and Mercury joining on September 23rd, Virgo individuals will experience heightened self-awareness, mental exertion, and possible tensions in communication. The Sun's transit through Virgo's first house shines a spotlight on self-expression, identity, and physical appearance. You may find yourself becoming more conscious of your health and well-being, and this transit encourages you to focus on self-care and personal development. There's an increased awareness of your image, and you may feel driven to improve your physical appearance or adopt a healthier lifestyle. This is a time when others may recognize you for your efforts, leading to increased attention and even professional accolades. However, this transit is not without its challenges. The Sun's influence can make you more assertive and confident, but it may also lead to ego-driven behavior. You might find yourself becoming overly critical or perfectionist, particularly in your interactions with others. While self-confidence is beneficial, be cautious of coming across as overbearing or domineering, as this can create conflicts in both personal and professional relationships. Health-wise, this transit requires careful attention, especially with Ketu's influence in the first house. Ketu's presence can create disruptions in health, particularly related to vision, headaches, and nervous system issues. You may experience physical fatigue, headaches, or eye strain, so it's important to balance your workload and take care of your physical well-being. Acidity and stress may also become recurring problems, particularly due to the increased pressure from work and personal responsibilities. Professionally, this transit can bring stability and recognition due to your caliber and hard work, but it's important to manage your ego in the workplace. You may receive appreciation from seniors and recognition for your efforts, especially if you've been working on long-term projects. This is a time when you will be seen as competent and capable, and your ability to handle complex tasks will be acknowledged by your superiors. However, caution is needed in how you handle interactions with colleagues and subordinates. The Sun's influence in the first house can make you appear authoritative, and combined with Ketu's detachment, you may unintentionally come across as dismissive or overly critical. It's important to maintain humility and patience in your professional dealings, as ego clashes or miscommunication could lead to conflicts, especially if others perceive you as trying to assert dominance. If you are involved in business or foreign enterprises, this period can bring gains, particularly if your work involves foreign clients or ventures. However, avoid making major investments or traveling for professional reasons during this period, as the Sun's transit through the first house alongside Ketu may not yield the expected financial profits. It's a time to focus on maintaining stability rather than pursuing aggressive expansion or new ventures. On the personal front, the Sun's transit through the first house can create tensions in relationships, particularly due to your perfectionist attitude and ego. You may have high expectations of your loved ones, which could lead to frustration or disappointment if they don't meet your standards. This could cause friction in romantic relationships or even with family members, as your usual pleasant and cooperative demeanor may give way to impatience or authoritative behavior. It's important to remember that while you may be focused on self-improvement, others may not be as attuned to these changes, and pushing them to meet your expectations could strain relationships. Avoid becoming overly critical or controlling in your interactions, and try to practice patience and empathy. This is particularly important in relationships with your spouse or partner, as ego clashes could escalate into more significant conflicts. Being mindful of your words and actions will help you maintain harmony in your personal life. Ketu's presence in the first house alongside the Sun emphasizes a period of self-reflection and spiritual growth. While the Sun's transit brings attention to your outward identity, Ketu encourages you to look inward, questioning your motivations and desires. This combination can create a sense of restlessness or dissatisfaction, particularly if you feel that your efforts are not yielding the expected results. You may find yourself becoming more introverted or detached, especially as the transit progresses. There could be moments of self-doubt or uncertainty about your path, but this is an opportunity to reassess your goals and make necessary adjustments. Ketu's influence can make it difficult to see the full picture, so it's important to avoid making hasty decisions or overanalyzing situations. Instead, use this time to focus on personal growth and spiritual development. Ketu encourages you to let go of ego-driven desires and embrace a more humble approach to life. This is a time for meditation, self-reflection, and inner work, which will help you gain clarity and peace of mind as the transit progresses. As the Sun transits your first house, there's an increased focus on your physical health. However, the combination of the Sun and Ketu can lead to fatigue, stress, and nervous system issues. You may experience headaches, eye strain, or even insomnia due to the increased mental exertion during this time. It's important to maintain a healthy diet and avoid stress-inducing activities. Yoga, meditation, and other physical activities will help you maintain both mental and physical balance. This is also a time to focus on your diet, particularly avoiding spicy or unhealthy foods, as they could exacerbate digestive issues. By prioritizing self-care, you can mitigate some of the negative effects of this transit on your health. Overall, the Sun's transit through Virgo brings a period of self-awareness, professional recognition, and personal challenges for Virgo individuals. While this transit offers opportunities for growth and recognition, it also emphasizes the need for self-control, humility, and careful management of personal relationships. By focusing on self-reflection, health, and empathy, Virgo individuals can navigate this transit successfully, emerging with a stronger sense of self and greater clarity in both personal and professional life. Libra individuals will experience Sun's transit effects in their 12th house, which governs losses, expenditures, foreign travel, spiritual pursuits, and hidden aspects of life. The Sun rules Libra's 11th house of gains, social networks, and aspirations, so this transit will focus on spiritual exploration, foreign ventures, and addressing unforeseen challenges. With Ketu already present in the 12th house and Mercury joining the Sun on September 23rd, Libra individuals may face heightened expenses, challenges in personal relationships, and introspection on deeper matters. The Sun's presence in the 12th house highlights matters related to foreign lands, isolation, and spiritual growth. For Libra individuals working in foreign trade, multinational companies, or engaged in overseas projects, this period brings opportunities for professional gains. Those seeking professional success abroad may find this transit beneficial, with potential for successful foreign trips and beneficial business dealings. This is a great time for travel related to work, as such journeys may bring positive outcomes and new prospects. However, with Ketu's influence in the 12th house, you may also experience a sense of detachment or dissatisfaction despite any gains from overseas ventures. Increased expenses are likely, particularly in areas such as foreign investments, health issues, and social activities. While you may enjoy monetary gains from existing projects, it's important to remain cautious with new investments. Avoid taking financial risks without thoroughly analyzing the situation, as hasty decisions could lead to financial losses. The Sun's transit also warns of rising expenditures, especially in areas related to social gatherings, charitable donations, and even medical bills. You may find yourself spending on health insurance, treatments, or other unexpected costs, so it's important to keep an eye on your finances. Try to curb unnecessary expenditures, as expenses could spiral out of control during this period. On the personal front, this transit will bring cordial relationships with your partner and family, but caution is advised in your communication. With the Sun's authoritative energy in the 12th house, combined with Ketu's detachment, there's a tendency for misunderstandings or minor conflicts to arise in personal relationships. While you may enjoy a generally harmonious bond with your loved ones, your tone of speech could cause problems if you're not careful. The Sun in Virgo makes you more analytical and precise, which could come across as critical or detached to your partner or family members. This is particularly important when handling emotional conversations. Be mindful of how you express your thoughts, as any ego-driven or authoritative comments could strain relationships. Maintaining empathy and patience will help avoid unnecessary conflicts during this time. In some cases, Ketu's influence in the 12th house may create distance in relationships, particularly if your partner or spouse feels you're too focused on your work or personal issues. Taking time to nurture your relationships and show appreciation for your loved ones will help maintain harmony. In the professional sphere, vigilance is crucial, as the Sun's transit in the 12th house may bring challenges from rivals. You may find that certain individuals at work, particularly those who may be jealous or envious of your success, attempt to tarnish your professional image. Be on guard for hidden enemies or those who may be working behind the scenes to cause disruptions. The Sun's energy gives you the confidence and strength to overcome these challenges, but it requires careful planning and attention to detail. Pay close attention to your professional reputation and ensure that you're communicating clearly and diplomatically with colleagues and superiors. Avoid any ego clashes at work, as miscommunication could escalate into bigger issues. While foreign ventures may bring success, local business ventures may not be as favorable. Those working in import-export or international business will likely see profits, but domestic ventures may face obstacles. If you're running a business, this is not the time to take financial risks or make large investments, as the pros and cons of any situation need to be carefully weighed to avoid losses. The Sun's transit through the 12th house, alongside Ketu, creates a period of spiritual introspection and inner exploration. You may feel a strong desire to retreat from the external world and focus on your spiritual well-being. This is a time for solitude, meditation, and reflecting on your inner desires. Engaging in activities such as yoga, charity, or spiritual practices will help you find peace and balance during this transit. The combination of the Sun and Ketu encourages you to confront your ego and let go of superficial goals. You may experience a sense of detachment from material desires and instead focus on nourishing your soul. This transit offers an opportunity to reassess your life goals, helping you to gain clarity on what truly matters. It's also a period where dreams and intuitive insights play a significant role in guiding you through any challenges. Health-wise, this transit requires caution. The Sun's passage through the 12th house, combined with Ketu's energy, can lead to health issues, particularly related to eyesight, insomnia, or headaches. There may also be increased chances of stress-related problems, such as high blood pressure or digestive issues. Paying attention to your diet and sleep routine will be crucial to avoid worsening these conditions. As the 12th house governs hospitals and health expenses, you may find yourself needing to invest in health insurance or spend on medical treatments during this time. If you experience any symptoms such as eye strain or fatigue, it's important to seek medical attention promptly and maintain a hygienic and balanced lifestyle. Overall, the Sun's transit in Virgo through the 12th house will bring a period of spiritual exploration, professional opportunities abroad, and increased expenses for Libra individuals. While this transit offers gains in foreign ventures and opportunities for spiritual growth, it also highlights the need for vigilance in professional dealings and careful management of finances. Personal relationships may remain cordial, but caution in communication is essential to avoid conflicts. By focusing on self-care, maintaining financial discipline, and embracing spiritual practices, Libra individuals can successfully navigate this transit while uncovering deeper inner wisdom and clarity. For Scorpio individuals, the Sun's transit through Virgo will greatly impact as it moves through their 11th house, which governs gains, social networks, professional achievements, and elder siblings. The Sun, which rules Scorpio's 10th house of career and public image, will highlight opportunities for professional success, financial gains, and social recognition. However, with Ketu and Mercury also transiting the 11th house, Scorpio individuals may face challenges in balancing professional gains, social relationships, and personal growth. The Sun's transit in your 11th house will bring significant opportunities for career growth and financial stability. As the ruler of your 10th house, the Sun will emphasize your professional achievements and help you advance in your career. You may find yourself in situations where your efforts and hard work are recognized by superiors and colleagues, leading to promotions, salary raises, or new professional opportunities. This is a favorable period for those working in marketing, sales, networking, or human resources, as your ability to communicate and build connections will bring you financial rewards and professional gains. If you own a business, you can expect good profits during this time, especially if your work involves collaboration with influential people. There may also be opportunities for business travel, which could bring successful outcomes. However, with Ketu's presence in the 11th house, you may feel a sense of detachment or restlessness regarding your professional achievements. Despite your success, you may find it difficult to fully enjoy or appreciate your accomplishments. Ketu's influence often brings a desire for something more spiritual or fulfilling, pushing you to rethink your goals and aspirations. You may be inclined to reassess your professional strategies and move away from traditional methods, seeking fresh beginnings or new approaches to your work. This transit will also affect your social circle and relationships with friends, mentors, and elder siblings. The 11th house governs your social networks and support systems, and with the Sun transiting through this house, you may experience shifts in your friendships and professional alliances. Ketu's presence in the 11th house suggests that you may feel disconnected from certain friends or find that old social ties no longer serve your evolving goals. This is a time of reevaluation, where you'll need to discern who in your social circle is truly supportive of your growth and who may be holding you back. You may see some old friendships drifting away, while new connections form with people who align more closely with your current aspirations. Ketu's influence encourages you to focus on quality over quantity in your relationships, seeking out those who offer genuine support rather than superficial connections. As Ketu co-rules Scorpio's first house, this transit will bring a period of personal transformation and inner growth. You may notice a significant change in your personality, particularly in how you approach social interactions and professional achievements. Ketu's detachment may soften your ego, leading to a more humble and introspective version of yourself. This transformation may feel uncomfortable at first, as you confront aspects of your ego and ambition that no longer serve you. However, this is an excellent time for self-improvement, as you'll be motivated to adopt new routines and habits that help you cope with life's pressures more effectively. You may also find yourself drawn to spiritual practices such as meditation, yoga, or mindfulness, which will provide you with a sense of calm and clarity during this period. By embracing these changes, you'll be able to refine your character and align more closely with your authentic self, allowing you to achieve greater personal and professional fulfillment in the long term. While this transit brings opportunities for professional success, it also comes with challenges, particularly in business profits and financial gains. Ketu's presence in the 11th house can create obstacles in gathering your ideas and maintaining focus, leading to scattered efforts and frustration in achieving your goals. You may feel overwhelmed by the multitasking required to keep up with your responsibilities, and Ketu's energy may push you to rethink your strategies and adopt new approaches to succeed. This is not a time for sticking to old methods or resisting change. Instead, focus on repackaging your ideas and finding creative solutions to the challenges you face. Ketu's influence encourages you to let go of outdated strategies and embrace innovation in your professional and business ventures. Your relationship with elder siblings may become more prominent during this transit. The Sun in the 11th house, alongside Ketu and Mercury, indicates that elder siblings may offer support and guidance in your professional endeavors. However, there could also be challenges in this relationship, particularly if there are differences of opinion or ego clashes. It's important to approach these relationships with patience and humility, as any domineering behavior could lead to misunderstandings. Mercury's influence suggests that clear communication and diplomacy are key to maintaining harmony in these relationships. Be mindful of how you express your ideas, and avoid being overly critical or authoritative in your interactions with siblings. Health-wise, this transit calls for attention to your physical and mental well-being. The Sun's transit through the 11th house can bring stress related to your professional and social responsibilities, leading to issues such as stomach problems, digestive disorders, or mental fatigue. It's important to maintain a healthy diet and avoid stress-inducing situations during this time. Incorporating yoga, meditation, or other physical activities into your daily routine will help you manage stress and maintain mental clarity. Pay attention to your health, particularly any symptoms related to stomach or digestive issues, and seek medical advice if necessary. Overall, the Sun's transit through Virgo brings a period of professional prosperity, financial gains, and personal transformation for Scorpio individuals. While you'll experience success in your career and recognition for your efforts, you may also face challenges related to business profits, social circles, and personal growth. By embracing new strategies, maintaining clear communication, and focusing on self-improvement, you'll navigate this transit successfully. The presence of Ketu encourages you to let go of outdated methods and align with fresh opportunities, ultimately leading to greater personal and professional fulfillment. Sagittarius individuals will feel Sun's transit effects strongly as it moves through their 10th house, which governs career, public image, authority figures, and professional achievements. The Sun rules Sagittarius' 9th house of luck, wisdom, and higher knowledge, making this a favorable time for career growth, professional recognition, and strengthened relationships with authority figures, particularly the father. However, with Ketu and Mercury joining the Sun in the 10th house, this transit brings a mix of opportunities and challenges, requiring Sagittarius individuals to focus on their career, personal relationships, and self-growth. The Sun's transit through the 10th house emphasizes career advancement, public recognition, and a desire to excel in professional endeavors. This is an auspicious period for career-oriented Sagittarius individuals, as the Sun's strong influence in the 10th house will provide a boost in productivity, ambition, and energy. You'll feel more driven and focused in your work, with the desire to complete tasks on time and prove yourself in your professional field. If you're employed, expect opportunities for a promotion or a salary hike during this transit, especially if you've been working hard to meet targets and exceed expectations. The Sun in the 10th house brings recognition from superiors, and your efforts will be appreciated by those in positions of authority. You'll likely be given new responsibilities or a higher role within your organization, which will bring increased respect and admiration from colleagues. However, be mindful of your behavior. While this transit enhances leadership qualities, it can also lead to egoistic tendencies. To maintain harmonious relationships at work, avoid being overly aggressive or authoritative, as this could lead to conflicts with colleagues or subordinates. For those seeking government jobs or working in politics or authoritative roles, this is a favorable time to secure a promotion or new opportunities. Business owners will experience a surge in profitability and momentum, particularly in family businesses. Sales executives, lawyers, public speakers, and performing artists will also benefit from this transit, as it enhances your ability to connect with people and gain public recognition. However, Ketu's presence in the 10th house suggests that despite professional success, you may experience dissatisfaction or uncertainty about your career path. Ketu's energy often brings a sense of detachment from material success, and you may question whether your professional achievements are truly fulfilling. This transit encourages you to rethink your long-term goals and focus on spiritual growth alongside career development. The Sun's influence in the 10th house will also emphasize your relationship with authority figures, particularly your father. This transit can improve your bond with your father, bringing an opportunity to resolve past misunderstandings or strengthen your relationship through mutual respect and understanding. However, Ketu's influence may also create emotional distance or separation, making it difficult to connect with your father on a deeper level. To avoid conflicts, focus on communication and patience when dealing with your father or other authority figures. The Sun's transit brings respect and recognition, but it's important to remain humble and avoid letting ego get in the way of your relationships. On the personal front, the Sun's transit in the 10th house will bring harmony and contentment in your relationships. You'll enjoy a peaceful and respectful bond with your loved ones, particularly with your spouse or partner. This is a favorable time to rejuvenate your relationships with fresh energy, and making travel plans with your loved ones can help strengthen your bonds. Planning a vacation or a short trip with family will not only provide a break from work pressures but also give you the opportunity to reconnect emotionally and enhance your relationships. The Sun and Mercury's conjunction may prompt you to take a spiritual journey or explore foreign lands, adding a sense of adventure and purpose to your travels. However, Ketu's influence suggests that you should be mindful of how you communicate in personal relationships. While things may generally be harmonious, misunderstandings can arise if you come across as too domineering or distant. Maintaining open and respectful communication will help avoid potential conflicts during this period. Despite the overall positive influence of the Sun's transit, Ketu's presence in the 10th house brings some challenges. You may feel a sense of insecurity or mistrust towards colleagues, which can lead to mistakes or dissatisfaction at work. For those in leadership roles, this transit could result in a decline in confidence, particularly if you struggle with communication or decision-making. To navigate these challenges, it's important to focus on self-reflection and introspection. Letting go of fears and suspicions will help you rebuild your confidence and approach your career with a clear and open mind. If you experience setbacks in your career or disagreements with colleagues, take a step back and evaluate the situation with a rational perspective. Ketu's energy encourages you to detach from material concerns and focus on personal growth, so use this time to reassess your professional goals and align them with your inner values. Health-wise, this transit will provide great immunity and vitality, helping you stay protected from illness or disease. However, the combination of the Sun and Ketu in the 10th house may bring stress-related issues, particularly if you're dealing with work pressures or personal challenges. To maintain your physical and mental well-being, it's important to follow a balanced diet and engage in regular exercise. Incorporating yoga, meditation, or mindfulness practices into your routine will help you stay grounded and manage any stress or anxiety. Pay attention to your mental health, and don't hesitate to seek support if you're feeling overwhelmed by work or personal responsibilities. Overall, the Sun's transit through Virgo in the 10th house brings career advancement, public recognition, and personal growth for Sagittarius individuals. This is a favorable time for professional success, with opportunities for promotions, salary hikes, and increased responsibilities at work. However, Ketu's influence adds a layer of dissatisfaction and introspection, encouraging you to focus on spiritual growth and self-reflection alongside your career pursuits. By maintaining humility, practicing open communication, and embracing new opportunities, Sagittarius individuals can navigate this transit successfully, achieving professional and personal fulfillment. For Capricorn individuals, the Sun's transit through Virgo will have a significant impact as the Sun moves through their 9th house, which governs higher education, spirituality, long journeys, and relationships with authority figures such as the Father. The Sun, which rules Capricorn's 8th house of transformation, sudden events, and hidden matters, brings a strong focus on self-discovery, spiritual growth, and professional opportunities during this transit. With Ketu and Mercury also transiting the 9th house, this period is likely to bring both spiritual awakening and challenges in balancing your professional and personal life. The Sun's transit through your 9th house emphasizes a deep desire for spiritual growth, higher knowledge, and a quest for meaning and purpose. During this period, you may feel drawn to explore new philosophies, engage in spiritual practices, or even embark on a pilgrimage to gain a greater understanding of life. The 9th house also governs long journeys, so you may find yourself taking trips related to spirituality or education, such as visiting places of worship or pursuing higher education abroad. This transit is particularly significant for those involved in teaching, mentoring, or academic research. The Sun's energy enhances your ability to guide others and share your knowledge with those around you. You may find yourself stepping into a leadership role where you act as a mentor or advisor, helping others navigate their own journeys of self-discovery. However, Ketu's presence in the 9th house adds an element of detachment and introspection. While you may be focused on spiritual growth and higher learning, Ketu's energy can make you question your beliefs and feel somewhat disconnected from traditional religious or spiritual practices. This transit encourages you to redefine your beliefs and adopt a more personalized approach to spirituality. It's a time to let go of old belief systems that no longer serve you and embrace a more individual path to enlightenment. The Sun also represents your father and authority figures, and this transit will bring a focus on this relationship. If there have been tensions or misunderstandings with your father, this is a time when those issues may come to the forefront. You may experience differences of opinion or conflicts with your father, particularly if there are unresolved matters related to spirituality, philosophy, or life goals. Ketu's influence in the 9th house can also create a sense of emotional distance between you and your father. There may be a feeling of separation, either physically or emotionally, and it's important to approach this relationship with patience and understanding. However, this transit can also lead to a positive transformation in your relationship with your father. If your father has been facing health issues or personal challenges, this is a time when he may undergo a period of healing and self-discovery, leading to renewed strength and spiritual clarity. On the professional front, the Sun's transit through the 9th house brings a focus on career growth and opportunities. The Sun rules your 8th house, which is associated with sudden changes and transformation, so this period may bring unexpected opportunities for career advancement. You may find yourself gaining recognition for your efforts, particularly in fields related to teaching, higher education, law, or spirituality. However, to achieve your professional goals, you'll need to rely on teamwork and cooperation. While the Sun in the 9th house gives you the wisdom and vision to succeed, there may be challenges related to trusting others. Ketu's influence can make you feel skeptical about the abilities of your colleagues, leading to mistrust or arrogance. If you fail to trust others or delegate tasks, this could create conflicts in professional relationships and hinder your progress. It's crucial to balance your leadership role with a sense of humility and cooperation. By working together with your colleagues and associates, you'll be able to overcome any obstacles and achieve your professional targets. This transit also brings opportunities to connect with influential mentors or spiritual guides, who can offer valuable guidance and help you advance in your career. For those involved in higher education or pursuing academic research, this transit brings favorable opportunities for intellectual growth and academic success. The 9th house governs higher learning, and the Sun's presence here will enhance your ability to focus on studies, complete academic projects, and achieve success in exams or thesis work. If you're applying for higher education or working on a research project, this is an ideal time to focus on innovative solutions and creative approaches to problem solving. However, some students may feel restless or dissatisfied with their current field of study, leading to a desire to change academic streams. Ketu's influence encourages you to explore new fields of knowledge and question traditional approaches to learning. If you've been contemplating a shift in your educational path, this transit provides the clarity and motivation to pursue a new direction. In terms of health, the Sun's transit through the 9th house generally brings good vitality and immunity, protecting you from major illnesses. However, you may still experience mental fatigue or stress due to the demands of your professional and personal life. It's important to follow a balanced diet, engage in regular exercise, and incorporate meditation or yoga into your routine to maintain both mental and physical well-being. The Sun's aspect on the 3rd house may bring challenges related to your siblings or neighbors, and you could experience stress from communication issues within your community. Ketu's energy in the 9th house suggests a need to detach from unnecessary conflicts and focus on spiritual and personal growth. Overall, the Sun's transit through Virgo in the 9th house brings a period of spiritual growth, professional advancement, and intellectual discovery for Capricorn individuals. While this transit offers opportunities for career success and personal transformation, it also presents challenges in balancing relationships with authority figures, particularly your father. By embracing spiritual practices, focusing on higher learning, and approaching professional goals with humility and cooperation, Capricorn individuals can navigate this transit successfully, achieving both personal and professional fulfillment. For Aquarius individuals, the Sun's transit through Virgo will significantly affect as it moves through their 8th house, which governs transformation, obstacles, sudden events, secrets, and hidden knowledge. The Sun, ruling your 7th house of relationships, partnerships, and public image, will bring focus on self-reflection, hidden challenges, and spiritual growth. With Ketu and Mercury also transiting the 8th house, this period is likely to bring challenges related to partnerships, finances, and health, while offering opportunities for personal transformation and self-awareness. The Sun's transit in the 8th house brings professional challenges, especially in the realm of partnerships and collaborative work. You may experience delays or obstacles in achieving your professional targets, and it may feel like progress is slow or stagnant. There could be trust issues at work, particularly with colleagues or business partners, which could create tension in your professional environment. Your rivals at work may challenge your efforts, and you'll need to maintain a diplomatic and calm approach to overcome these hurdles. Ketu's influence in the 8th house could lead to a sense of detachment from material goals, making you feel disillusioned with the professional struggles you're facing. This is not the time for impulsive decisions like job changes. Instead, focus on skill development and improving your professional abilities. By working on your inner resilience and maintaining patience, you will eventually overcome these obstacles. The 8th house also governs sudden events and transformations, so unexpected changes in your career may occur during this transit. You may find yourself rethinking your professional goals and seeking a more fulfilling path. Although this period may feel challenging, it offers an opportunity for deep personal growth, encouraging you to reevaluate your career direction and focus on long-term transformations rather than short-term gains. On the personal front, this transit brings opportunities to resolve conflicts in your relationships, particularly with your partner or spouse. The Sun's influence in the 8th house encourages you to confront hidden issues in your relationship, offering a chance to heal past wounds and create emotional intimacy. You may feel the need to dive deeper into emotional matters with your partner, resolving any lingering misunderstandings or conflicts. However, this period may also bring health concerns related to your partner or spouse, which could create stress. You'll need to be attentive to your partner's health and supportive during this time. Financial expenses related to healthcare or medical treatments may arise, so it's essential to manage your finances carefully and avoid negligence in health matters. While your relationship with your partner will generally remain cordial, Ketu's influence may bring a sense of emotional distance or detachment at times. You may struggle to fully express your emotions, leading to minor misunderstandings. Clear communication and empathy will be key to maintaining harmony in your relationship. The 8th house is associated with sudden gains or losses, particularly through shared finances, inheritances, and investments. During this transit, you may experience fluctuations in your financial situation, with unexpected expenses or sudden monetary gains. Rahu's influence in your 2nd house of wealth suggests that while there may be opportunities for financial prosperity, particularly through hidden sources or research-related projects, there's also a risk of material dissatisfaction. It's crucial to approach financial matters with caution, especially when dealing with shared assets or investments. Avoid making impulsive financial decisions, as Ketu's influence can create instability in matters related to wealth. If you're involved in inheritance disputes or legal matters related to property, this period may bring challenges, but by the end of this transit, you're likely to see resolution in your favor. Health concerns may come to the forefront during this transit, particularly related to mental stress, anxiety, and physical ailments. The 8th house rules hidden health issues, so it's important to pay attention to any unexplained symptoms or chronic health problems that arise during this time. Ketu's influence may make it difficult to diagnose health issues, so it's essential to be proactive about your well-being and seek medical advice if necessary. You may experience issues related to headaches, eyesight, or digestion, so it's crucial to maintain a healthy diet, avoid spicy or unhealthy foods, and engage in regular exercise. Practices like yoga, meditation, and mindfulness will help you manage mental stress and maintain emotional balance during this challenging period. The Sun's transit encourages you to focus on holistic well-being, incorporating both physical and spiritual health into your routine. The 8th house is also associated with occult knowledge, hidden wisdom, and spiritual exploration, and during this transit, you may feel drawn to delve deeper into these areas. If you've been feeling disconnected from spiritual practices or metaphysical pursuits recently, this transit encourages you to reignite your interest in understanding the deeper mysteries of life. The Sun's presence in the 8th house can lead to a period of self-reflection and a desire to explore the unknown, whether through astrology, metaphysics, or spiritual teachings. You may experience profound realizations about the nature of existence, shifting your focus away from material concerns and towards spiritual fulfillment. Ketu's influence further deepens this introspective energy, pushing you to seek inner knowledge and understand the true purpose of life. This is an excellent time for spiritual practices, including meditation, prayer, or studying esoteric subjects. By embracing these practices, you'll be able to navigate the challenges of this transit more effectively and experience a sense of inner peace and spiritual awakening. Overall, the Sun's transit through Virgo in the 8th house brings a period of transformation, challenges, and personal growth for Aquarius individuals. While this transit presents difficulties on both professional and personal fronts, it also offers opportunities for deep introspection and spiritual awakening. By maintaining a diplomatic approach in your professional life, focusing on clear communication in relationships, and taking care of your health and well-being, you can navigate this transit successfully. For Pisces individuals, the Sun's transit through Virgo will significantly impact as it moves through their 7th house, which governs relationships, partnerships, and marriage. The Sun, which rules Pisces' 6th house of health, conflicts, and daily work, will bring challenges related to partnerships, personal relationships, and professional progress. With Ketu and Mercury also transiting the 7th house, this period will create tensions in personal relationships, require introspection, and lead to challenges in professional collaborations. The Sun's transit through your 7th house will bring challenges on the professional front. You may find that despite your consistent efforts, your progress at work remains slow. There could be obstacles in meeting your professional targets, and you may feel like you're not receiving the support you need from colleagues or partners. Egoistic behavior and differences of opinion could make it difficult for you to approach your colleagues or subordinates for cooperation, which in turn may hinder your progress. If you are in a business partnership, this transit may create tensions between you and your partner, particularly if there are disagreements over important decisions. The Sun's influence can bring out ego clashes, leading to conflicts that negatively impact your professional growth. To mitigate these challenges, it's essential to adopt a more diplomatic approach and avoid letting pride get in the way of effective collaboration. Ketu's influence in the 7th house adds a layer of detachment and disinterest, making it harder to stay focused on business matters. This period calls for patience, introspection, and a willingness to set aside ego for the sake of achieving long-term success. On the personal front, the Sun's transit through the 7th house will bring challenges in relationships, particularly with your spouse or partner. You may notice an increase in ego-driven behavior, which could lead to misunderstandings and conflicts. Ketu's presence in the 7th house creates a sense of emotional detachment, making it harder for you to connect with your partner on a deeper level. This detachment could manifest as frustration or a lack of interest in resolving ongoing issues, leading to further strain in your relationship. Rahu's influence in your 1st house amplifies your self-centered desires, pulling your focus away from your partner and towards your own ambitions and personal goals. This can make it difficult to prioritize your relationship, and you may find yourself more focused on personal growth than on nurturing your connection with your spouse. However, Ketu's influence also offers an opportunity for self-reflection. This is a time to assess where mistakes have been made and consider how to improve your relationship by letting go of ego and focusing on communication. For single Pisces individuals, this transit could bring new relationship opportunities, but Rahu's influence may cause you to approach potential partners with a sense of selfishness or impulsivity. It's important to take your time and avoid making emotional decisions based solely on immediate desires. Ketu's guidance encourages you to focus on long-term compatibility and consider whether a new relationship aligns with your spiritual growth and future aspirations. The Sun's transit in the 7th house also brings health concerns, particularly related to stress and physical well-being. You may experience issues related to abdominal discomfort, back pain, or even hormonal imbalances. Your partner's health may also be a source of concern during this transit, so it's important to be attentive to their needs and provide the necessary support. It's crucial to maintain a healthy lifestyle, including a balanced diet, regular exercise, and stress management techniques such as yoga and meditation. By prioritizing physical and mental well-being, you'll be able to manage the challenges of this transit more effectively. Avoid indulging in junk food, spicy meals, or unhealthy habits, as these could exacerbate any health issues during this period. This transit may also bring challenges to those involved in professional partnerships or business ventures. The Sun's influence in the 7th house can create tensions with business partners, particularly if there are disagreements over important decisions or differences in leadership styles. You may feel a sense of frustration if your partner's approach conflicts with your own, and this could hinder the progress of any joint ventures. However, this transit also provides an opportunity for new business partnerships or alliances. If you are able to navigate the challenges diplomatically, you may find that this period brings opportunities for growth through collaboration and joint ventures. It's important to seek advice from experts or mentors before making any significant decisions related to business, as Ketu's influence can cloud your judgment and make it difficult to see the full picture. If you are involved in consultancy work, public relations, or travel-related industries, this period may bring moderate success, but only if you are able to remain flexible and adaptable in your approach. Avoid making impulsive decisions or taking on risky investments, as this transit encourages a more cautious approach to business matters. The Sun's transit in the 7th house also brings spiritual growth through the lens of relationships. Ketu's influence encourages you to detach from the superficial aspects of your relationships and focus on deeper connections. This is a time for introspection, where you can evaluate the quality of your relationships and consider how to improve your bond with your partner by letting go of ego and embracing understanding. For some Pisces individuals, this transit may bring breakups or separation, particularly if the relationship has been marked by ongoing conflicts. However, even in these challenging situations, there is an opportunity for growth and healing. The end of a relationship can lead to greater self-awareness and pave the way for healthier connections in the future. Overall, The Sun's transit through Virgo in the 7th house brings a period of challenges in relationships and professional partnerships for Pisces individuals. While this transit may create tensions and misunderstandings in both personal and professional life, it also offers an opportunity for spiritual reflection, personal growth, and healing. By focusing on self-reflection, avoiding ego-driven behavior, and approaching both personal and professional relationships with empathy and diplomacy, Pisces individuals can navigate this challenging transit successfully. As we wrap up this transit episode, remember that these insights are based on sidereal or Vedic astrology, which accounts for the approximately 24-degree difference with the tropical zodiac. If you'd like more personalized predictions for their specific zodiac sign or have any questions about their astrological chart, feel free to reach out to us. Stay tuned for more astrological updates. If they found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more astrology insights. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so they never miss an update. Thank they once again for joining us, and we eagerly anticipate sharing more astrological wisdom with they in the future. Until then, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep shining bright.